right, hey everyone, this is Paul C. Tarina, nutritional therapist, Nativist life coach out of Las Vegas, here to talk to you today about natural solutions for your home. Now this does include essential oils, but that's not all this is about. This is about revamping your home and making it less toxic, which is a natural part of the progression when you're trying to get healthier and live a more holistic lifestyle, all right? So we have a hashtag that we call snake oils that work. I don't know if you remember the old traditional snake oil salesmen that would come around and try to sell you these oils that supposedly cured anything and everything. Well, these are snake oils that actually work, right? Essential oils are great. And then we have some other things that we'll talk about in here too. So remember, one of our foundations is essential oils and what we would consider non-toxic alternatives to things like over-the-counter medications and home cleaners and things like that. So the reason that we like essential oils is, and by the way, like it took me a long time to kind of warm up to essential oils because I was a part of, in my early days, as far as like this kind of holistic practitioner, nutritional therapist and life coach type thing, I was involved with some mind, body, spirit centers and kind of bounced around in that whole scene. And essential oils were everywhere. Like everyone was pushing them, everyone was using them. And I don't know, I had a couple reservations. Number one, it just seemed kind of woo-woo or too good to be true or something like that. And then also like a lot of women were using them and I was like, I want to be this manly guy promoting bacon and meat and fat and all this other stuff, but I just could not deny the results that people were getting from them. And so I ended up taking the time to look into all the different top companies and figuring out which one I felt like was the most comfortable fit for what we were trying to do and the message we were trying to promote here. So the reason that we love essential oils is, number one, they're holistic plant-based alternatives to over-the-counter medications. So where someone might reach for Tylenol or Motrin or Claritin or something like that, we've got something that's completely plant-based, non-toxic that you can reach for. Also, it's holistic plant-based alternatives for home cleaning. You know, so like again, like I've got different things in my home that I use to clean, and it's not like the toxic Lysol anti-disinfectant wipes and things like that. Essential oils also give you immediate relief for physiological symptoms, meaning very similar to what we talked about with over-the-counter medications. If I have a digestive issue or a headache, I've got an essential oil that I can reach for, and they also give you immediate emotional wellness support. So most of us, the longer that we've been transitioned into this real food and holistic lifestyle way of doing things and abiding by our different foundations, the less and less symptoms that we experience, but the more that we benefit from emotional support. So every day I sit down and I map out what I'm going to use for essential oils in my office for focus, what I'm going to use for performance, what I'm going to use for calming down in the evening. All right, so, you know, real food is a huge piece of our overall picture for health, but then we also do use some smart supplements in the context of eating real food, and then we also recommend using essential oils for immediate symptomatic and emotional support and also giving you some alternatives for home cleaning. All right, so this is a great little video that we pulled up from a Las Vegas news channel, so let's watch this real quick.
Well, what does your medicine cabinet look like? It's probably filled with ibuprofen, cough medicine, Tums, even insect repellent. Well, many people are replacing those items with something more natural. In tonight's Health Watch, a look at essential oils. Can a mist diffusing into the air dry up allergies? Can a sniff off a tiny bottle clear your sinuses? These women are here to find out. This is a doTERRA Essential Oils party. Diane Roberson sells the oils after seeing the benefits firsthand.
I felt like I was getting some bursitis. I rubbed on some cypress. I can lift my arm again. You know, it's great.
She uses frankincense, peppermint, and wintergreen for migraines, melaleuca for ear infections, and
the oil wintergreen has a compound methyl salicylate that you find as an analgesic to help pain.
Patricia Moore has even lost weight using doTERRA's Slim and Sassy.
Put a couple drops every time I fill up my water bottle, and I just drink it throughout the day, and I'm actually losing weight, which is really awesome because it's been really hard for me to lose weight up until now.
How much weight have you lost, can I ask?
26 pounds.
Essential oil parties are happening all over Northern Nevada, but the medical community is also taking notice. Northern Nevada Medical Center started a pilot program a few weeks ago.
So what do you diffuse in the ICU?
So right now we're diffusing primarily citrus.
Kayleen Opperman is the director of critical care. She sees the difference essential oils make on her staff. They're less stressed, more focused, and that makes for a better patient experience. Leah Leonard-Steckline is the director of behavioral health. She diffuses lavender and lemon on her floor. She sees the benefit in her patients, most of whom have Alzheimer's.
There's some preliminary research to suggest that some of the essential oils and aromatherapy reduce agitation in our patients.
Oils that have been around since the days of Cleopatra in the city of Petra are now making a huge comeback in the modern world.
All right, so let's talk about what essential oils are. So essential oils are nature's defense mechanisms for plants and cells. All right, so plants don't have the ability to run from danger, so they have to build in these defense mechanisms, which means that if we get the right plants and the right properties and constituents from those plants, we can also take advantage of those defense mechanisms for ourselves. It's also nature's communication system for plants and cells, meaning that essential oils have these aromatic properties that travel through the air and that communicate with other plants and systems and organisms. And so therefore, we can use those communication systems to benefit us if we get the right plants and the right constituents. They're extracts from plants with constituents that are both aromatic and lipid-based, meaning that when we extract them from plants, we're taking advantage of these defense and communication systems, and they're both aromatic, meaning that we can smell them, but then they're also lipid-based, oil-based, which means that if we put them on our skin, our body can absorb them. And they tend to be extremely powerful because they go through this distillation process, estimated about 50 to 70 times more powerful than herbs. And we're not saying that they're better than herbs. We think that herbs have completely separate function and different benefits, but they're extremely, extremely powerful. So as an example, it's estimated that 1 drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. And if you've ever taken a drop of peppermint oil, doTERRA's peppermint oil, and licked it off the back of your hand or put it in your mouth, like, you understand how powerful that stuff is. All right, they also give us alternatives to synthetic pharmaceuticals. So essential oils can have hundreds of different compounds, and each of these compounds has a potential different medicinal benefit. And when you think about it, pharmaceutical companies are always trying to mimic nature's compounds. That's basically what they're doing in the lab, is trying to mimic these different properties that we see in nature all the time. Over 100,000 Americans die every year from properly prescribed drugs, meaning that it was properly prescribed and people still die from it. And we've never had anybody die from essential oils. I mean, at the most, someone may have like a scent aversion to it or something like that, or maybe a little bit of, I don't know. I've really never heard of any bad symptoms that came from it. So essential oils are comparable to over-the-counter medications, and we can go through a long list of all the different essential oils and different things that they kind of mimic or properties they mimic, but we have a few examples up here on this slide. Hopefully you can see that. Frankincense, one of the oldest essential oils ever, thousands of years old. Breathe is a respiratory blend by doTERRA. Digestin is their digestive blend. Can be used for all kinds of different digestive issues. Melaleuca, also known as tea tree oil, really great for the skin and all kinds of different skin issues. And then we have things like lemon, probably one of the most used essential oils. Like, you can put it in your water, you can use it to clean your countertops, but it also has like medicinal benefits. And then peppermint oil, my all-time favorite. Like, I just absolutely adore peppermint oil. I use it to brush my teeth, I use it for a breath freshener, I use it to diffuse. And then lavender, a lot of people love because it's very relaxing and has a lot of beneficial properties for the skin. So the reason that essential oils are so effective is because their aromatic properties affect the limbic system. And the limbic system is one of the older parts of our brain. It's very primal. And so this is where our instincts and emotions and behaviors and a lot of our motivations and long-term memory lie. And so a lot of times essential oils, the aromatic properties, can impact that primal system. If you ever notice, some of your memories are tied to like pretty strong scents and smells. And so when we inhale those things, like, we get the properties and benefits of those different constituents, but then when we apply those things topically or we take them internally, we get an even stronger benefit because those properties now can penetrate my cell membranes. Because remember, essential oils are lipid-based, and guess what? My cell membranes are also lipid-based, which means they can interact with each other and actually cross through the barrier. And so essential oils can work at the cellular level to protect cells and to impact things like viruses and things. So the ways that we would use essential oils would be, number one, aromatic. So you can simply take a cap off of an essential oil and smell it, and you'll get some benefit from it, or you can diffuse it in a diffuser. And then we have topical. So when you start to apply topically, it absorbs into your skin, and then we get what we call systemic benefits, because once it absorbs into your skin, it gets into the bloodstream and it travels throughout your entire system. And then also we can take some of these oils internally. We can't take all of them internally, but if you can take it internally, that would be the strongest signal. So if we had to review all three of those, we have aromatic, which is a very weak signaling, but it's very easy, very cost effective, and smells really, really great, you know. But then you can also apply topically. So let's say you have a digestive issue, you could apply that oil that's recommended for that digestive system in the area that you're feeling the discomfort. But then we also get the systemic benefits because it gets absorbed into the bloodstream. But then if I can take it internally, that's going to be my strongest signal, you know. So part of that depends on how severe your symptoms are. Part of it depends on the convenience of whether you want to take it internally or apply it topically or just get it aromatically. And they're all going to have benefits. They just have a little bit different strength signals associated with them. Now, the reason that we chose doTERRA among all the other companies that we researched is, number one, they have what they call co-impact sourcing. So doTERRA prides itself on sourcing essential oils from plants where they grow best in the world. All right, so they don't try to recreate Mother Nature. You know, they figure out, okay, where does frankincense grow the best, and they'll source oils in that country, and they'll set up what they call co-impact operations, where they'll actually buy essential oils or the raw materials for essential oils and actually have the distilleries located there in that country. And so they help with that local economy, and they teach those local businesses smart business practices. So growers are organized into cooperatives, and they have teaching, they have training, they have business practices that they learn. And they learn how to grow and harvest and get optimal yields and do it through sustainability. And then also they have a guaranteed purchaser through doTERRA. So not only are we getting through doTERRA like super strong, potent essential oils because they're growing in the place that they grow best in the world, but then we're also helping local economies and local people. And so these oils that doTERRA has are sourced all over the world depending on where those plants grow best. And sometimes they change that based on things that they learn and research and experience. Now, doTERRA has a certification they call Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. This is their own certification because they can't use a term like organic, because organic is a USDA verified US label. And so if I'm sourcing oils in different countries, they don't recognize US labels. So they had to come up with their own terminology, and it was called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade, which we would consider beyond organic because the testing mandates that it's free of pesticides and contaminants, that the plant-based materials sourced in these different regions in the world, and they go through third-party testing, if I'm not mistaken, 13 different tests per batch. And that includes all kinds of different testing. And this is testing that's done, number one, to ensure that it's actually an essential oil and it's not like fraudulent, but then number two, that it has those properties that we're looking for that give us those medicinal and emotional support type benefits. So we recommend having essential oils to support three different things, and we've already touched on these. Number one, you want to support your symptoms. So you want to have a kit that supports your symptoms. And that means that if something happens to me, or I have some kind of like a temporary, you know, like symptom, physical ailment, digestive issue, headache, or whatever the case may be, I have a kit that I can go to, look up what the oil is that's needed, and in that kit I have the oil that I need to help me with that situation. And then we also want to have oils that support our emotions, and we recommend having either an emotional kit or a specific blends that will help with that. And so as I'm going through my day, if I want to enhance my focus as I'm working, I've got oils that can help me with focus and energy. If I'm in a bad mood, or I'm in a funk, or I'm down, then I've got oils that can help me lift myself up. I've got oils that can help calm me and relax me. And so having a kit or having some oils that I can turn to for that is great. And then also we want to make sure that we have oils that support home cleaning. And a lot of those oils are also going to be crossing over into the symptom ones, the emotional ones. So some of them are going to serve like dual purposes. So for symptoms, we recommend getting the Family Physician Kit or the Home Essentials Kit, which contain the same oils, and these are the oils that people use most on a regular basis. And it's designed to give a family all the different things they need to support their symptoms. The difference between the Family Essentials is that the Family Essentials is 5 milliliter bottles, the Home Essentials is 15 milliliter bottles, and the Home Essentials comes with a diffuser. And you can look up details on those. We'll have some links in the notes associated with this. So in that Family Essentials and or Home Essentials kit, you're going to get lavender, lemon, peppermint, melaleuca or tea tree oil, oil of oregano, frankincense, Deep Blue, which is their soothing blend, which is like basically like a Bengay kind of rub thing, but it's completely holistic. The Breathe blend, which is their respiratory blend, the Digestin, which is their digestive blend, and then On Guard, which is their protective immune system boosting blend. Then we recommend some oils for supporting emotions. And so you can either get their emotional aromatherapy kit, which includes oils that they've named Motivate, Cheer, Passion, Forgive, Console, and Peace, which are great. They smell amazing, and they all serve different purposes. Or you can also get their 4 blends that are designed to also support emotions. This is not in the kit, these are separate individual blends. Citrus Bliss, which is their invigorating blend, Elevation, which is their joyful blend, Balance, which is their grounding blend. It's my favorite, I use it every freaking day before I work out. And then Serenity, which is their calming or sleepful or restful blend, which I use every night before going to bed. Now, if you're curious about the legitimacy, validity of essential oils, you can go into PubMed, which is a housing place for all kinds of different scientific papers and research journals, and you can actually type in any essential oil. You can type in essential oils, the term, or you can type in specific essential oils and pull up all kinds of different research and literature that's being done on these different oils. And you want to be able to support your doctor and your medical team's efforts in making you better and healthier, and so we've got oils and holistic non-toxic alternatives to help you do that. All right, so let's talk about some home cleansing tips. Some of these are going to involve essential oils and some of them aren't. And for some other resources, you can also always visit our website. So the big areas of concern when it comes to home cleaning is going to be air fresheners, which if you're not using essential oils are typically going to be completely toxic. Things like Glade candles and Scentsies and things like that. Laundry detergents, toothpaste, deodorants, and then other cleaning products, which include dishwashers and dishwasher detergents. Right, so air fresheners, you have to understand, are regardless of the fact that they smell good, like they're completely toxic. And when you've been immersed in this holistic realm for any period of time, anytime you get around these fake scents now, it almost always for me gives me an instant headache. And a lot of people start to notice getting nauseous and things around that. So the best air freshener is going to be a diffuser. And a diffuser, you just add a little bit of water and then you add your favorite essential oil, and it diffuses it into the air, and it makes it smell great. You know, depending on what you diffuse. I mean, you could diffuse some things that don't necessarily smell good, but it's still good for the environment. So, you know, the best air fresheners, are, especially if you're looking to kind of sanitize things, are going to be plant-based, antifungal, antiparasitic, antibacterial, and kills airborne pathogens. So what we recommend is either using On Guard to diffuse for that specific purpose, or any of the citrus-based oils like Purify and lemon and lime oil and things like that. Now, if you're looking to just diffuse something that smells good for emotional support or something, that's perfectly fine too. But if you're specifically looking to, you know, eliminate and neutralize pathogens and things, these would be the oils that we recommend. For room and space air fresheners, you can get a pint mason jar and poke some holes in it, put some baking soda in it, and then put your favorite essential oils in there and just place it wherever you want to have that good smell. And again, we'd recommend things like On Guard and any of the citrus-based oils, but we have plenty of people that use lavender because that smells really good too. For dusting and countertops, then you can just get a microfiber cloth and then also add lemon, Purify, On Guard, any combination of those different oils or any of those by themselves. We like to use wild orange in our office, and you can wipe down that countertop, so it's not only going to kill pathogens, but it's also going to make things smell really, really clean and really great. Laundry detergents, for the most part, oh my God, like I'm telling you, like I can tell someone that washes their clothes and uses Bounce because they come walking into the gym or something and I can smell it right off the bat. So those things are completely toxic and worthless. We want something that's free and clear of all those different chemicals and toxins. On Guard detergent from doTERRA is great. We also recommend this brand called 7th Generation, which has a free and clear version, which we really, really love. And most of them are great and cost effective and smell amazing. Now for dryer sheets, believe it or not, what you can use for a dryer sheet is just take a dry microfiber cloth and put your favorite essential oil in it and throw it in the dry cycle, and voila, like your clothes smell absolutely amazing. And did you know that for an anti-static sheet, instead of using like the Bounce dryer sheets, you can use a rolled up ball of tinfoil and throw it in there with your dryer, and it's an anti-static ball. Like, it's great, you know? So how much more holistic can you get besides a microfiber cloth with essential oils and a ball of tinfoil? Toothpaste and mouthwash, you have to understand, most are worthless. You know, toothpaste, especially the ones that have fluoride in it, fluoride is not necessary at all. Fluoride is toxic, it's a halogen, there's no benefit to putting fluoride on the teeth as an adult, so we want to have some alternatives for that. My favorite is to just use some drops of peppermint oil on my toothbrush and brush my teeth with that. I don't do anything else more complicated than that. And then also I'll use peppermint as a breath freshener throughout the day. But you can also use any combination of these different oils like peppermint, On Guard, and lemon. We have a lot of people that have taken a glass jar or glass bottle and put some water in it with some peppermint, On Guard, and or lemon, and then you shake that up and you can use it as a mouthwash, rinse, and spit it out. Or you can also consume those. You can swallow them. You know, they're actually going to have some benefit inside the body. For deodorants, deodorants, most of them are completely toxic, and the ones that are holistic and considered to be natural typically don't work that well. But we sell one in our office called Whiff, and we make it ourselves. We love it. It's made with coconut oil, shea butter, baking soda, cornstarch, a little bit of non-GMO soy lecithin as an emulsifier, and it works. It's been tested in the heat of Las Vegas, CrossFit gyms, the jungles of Peru, and everywhere in between. Like, it's great stuff. So that would be a way to revamp your deodorant. And then for home cleaning products, most of these things are completely toxic. We'd recommend keeping things super simple. So you can dilute On Guard concentrate, or because there's a concentrate that doTERRA sells, which is a cleaner-based concentrate, so you can dilute that and put it in some bottles and use that as your cleaner. Or you can do, which is my favorite, a glass bottle, sprayer bottle with vinegar, water, and then essential oil of your choice. And then you can also add some Castile soap to it if you want to, like some Dr. Bronner's. If you want to do a glass or a light cleaner, you can just do the vinegar with the distilled water and then some of the essential oils without the soap, and then you can use that to clean glass and mirrors and things like that. A really good recipe for soft scrub is going to be taking some baking soda with some Castile soap and then some water and vinegar, and then put some essential oils in that and mix that into a little paste, and you can use that as a scrub for your bathtubs and things like that. For dish soap, we recommend using 7th generation's dish soaps, and they work awesome. Dawn dishwashing liquid is made with, if I'm not mistaken, some pesticides and herbicides, and it's got some really toxic things in it, even though it works really well. But you'll be amazed at how well these 7th generation products work. And then for a hand sanitizer, we're not huge fans of hand sanitizers, but we do maybe see the value in doing it, around cold and flu season. But you can make your own. You can use a lavender essential oil, some tea tree essential oil, some witch hazel, and some aloe vera gel, and mix all that together, and you can get yourself a nice little paste that you can squirt out of a bottle or put into a little squirt tube thing. And that's pretty much all the recommendations you need to completely revamp your home. And if you have any other ideas or suggestions, let us know so that we can make this just a little bit better. But I think that's based off a lot of feedback, and we've gotten some really, really great results with that. So what we can ask you to do for your next steps would be, number one, if you don't already have a doTERRA account, sign up for a doTERRA account, wholesale account, by going to mydoterra.com/PaulCTurina. Click on Join and Save and walk yourself through the process. We'd recommend starting with a Family Essentials kit and or a Home Essentials kit, and maybe some oils to enhance like your emotions and moods. And if you need any advice or recommendation on that, just reach out to us. We can do a little phone consult and walk you through that process. We'd recommend going through your home and gathering all your toxic offenders and laying them out on the counter so that you know what you need to replace, and then make a list of all the different things that you need. We have a downloadable PDF that accompanies this video that gives you suggestions for all the different things that you might need. And you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let us know if you have any questions.